Hello students, welcome back into the another session of CS 22 operating system concepts using Linux and Unix. As per the prescribed syllabus of Saurashtra University, we were over the unit number 5 called shell commands. In our previous lecture, we have discussed about various shell commands like connecting Unix shell, login and password command, file directory related command, various types of pipeline operators, redirection operators, etc. Then we have discussed about pattern searching command. Then we go for working with columns and field command. Then we have discussed about the various sorting command and comparison command. The last topic that we have discussed is the comparison file commands like cmp, comm and diff. Now we are going to start with changing information file command, which contains two subcommands, that is tr and sed command. So first we will discuss about the tr command. The tr command in Unix is a command line utility for translating or deleting the characters. It also supports a range of transformation including uppercase to lowercase, squeezing and repeating the characters, deleting the specific character, and even it provides the basic find and replace facility. So we can say that tr is a multi-purpose Unix command. Again, I am repeating my word. tr command is a Linux command which provides multiple functionality, like it converts from uppercase to lowercase. It also supports find and replace facility. It is used to squeeze and repeat the characters. Even it used to transform the range of character, etc. facility is provided by this particular command. So let's see how can we perform this command practically. So for that, over the terminal window, let's see the current working directory that I have created in previous lecture is mvm. So I have to move into the mvm directory. Then inside the mvm directory, let me first remove the old files that I have created. Say for example, I am deleting test1 and test.txt. So now my current working directory is blank. So my first task is to create a one file. Say for example, I am creating test, and in this test I am giving a one word called welcome, where WEL is in capital letter and COME is in lowercase. I am saving this particular information with pressing Ctrl plus D, and let me print that information onto the screen using the simple cat command, that is without the operator. It prints welcome, which I have stored into the file. Now here I can perform a command called tr command. So for that, keyword is tr. Then we have to give the file name. That is test. Then there is a pipeline operator for concatenating the two or more parameters. After the one mistake is over here, let me write again. First is cat, then test, then there is a pipeline operator, then tr operator, then space, in double inverted comma, into the brackets, write down capital A to Z bracket over double inverted comma over space, again double inverted comma into the bracket small a to z, bracket over double inverted comma over, press enter. What it does, it converts all the capital character into the small case and it printed welcome onto the screen. So there is a case conversion from uppercase to lowercase. Now let's see whether it make a permanent change into the file or not. So for that I am just printing cat test. So basically this particular program converts the information runtime. It will not change the information permanently which is stored inside the file. That we have to keep in our mind. So let's see what we have done. Let's repeat it. First I have created a one file called test. In test I have stored welcome, where WEL is in capital letter and COM is in small case. Then I have performed this command called cat, then the name of file test, there is a pipeline operator, then my command tr, it converts uppercase into the lowercase. So I have written A to Z in capital letter double inverted comma space in double inverted comma small a to z, and once I press enter it prints this welcome to be converted in small case and this COME remains as it is. So it prints welcome in small case onto the screen, but it will not change this information permanently into the file. So that is the purpose of using tr command. Let's go ahead. Next is acd command. Now acd command in Linux is a standard for stream editor and it can perform lots of function on file like searching, finding and replacing, inserting and deleting through most common use of acd command. It is actually the substitution to find and replace the information which is stored inside the file. So how can we perform this particular function? So for that what I have done, a test file I have created over here which is a text file. So first I have created test.txt. Then in this test.txt file I have written some lines like that: Unix is great OS, full stop. Unix is open source, again full stop. Unix is free OS, etc, etc. Lines are written over here like this. Then I am going to use acd command where I am replacing the word called Unix with Linux. So whenever Unix is there, it is going to be replaced by Linux. So for that the logical line is like this: $acd into the single inverted comma small s slash Unix, that means which word you want to find, a word which you want to find, sorry, then Linux, the word which you want to replace, then the /2 for every line, and the name of file in which we want to perform this type of operation, that is test.txt. So whenever you execute this particular statement, it replaces Unix with Linux. We can test it. So let's create the same in our terminal window, over our terminal window. So for that, let me first remove the file called test. Once I remove it, the working directory is empty. So let's create test.txt first. and in this test.txt write down Unix is open source full stop, Unix is secure full stop, and third is Unix is easy to learn. Now save this content by pressing Ctrl+D, and once check whether this content is stored properly or not by typing the cat command. So it stores perfectly onto the screen. Now we can perform the SCD command. So I am writing SCD space in single inverted comma 2 slash Unix slash Linux in single inverted comma space test.txt, press enter. Something is missing, let's check the syntax. Okay, my first one is S and then 2, so let's change this 2 with S, and then at last add /2. Fine, let's execute again. Unix is open source, Linux is secure, Unix is easy to learn. Fine. So this second line and the Unix keyword is replaced by Linux. You can see over here, Unix is open source, Unix is secure. So this Unix of secure is replaced with Linux. Now what I am changing in this particular command is from this 2, that means second, to I am replacing with 3. So what will be the output? Unix is easy to learn, and instead of that it shows Linux is easy to learn. Now suppose I am not passing any number over here, I am keeping it as a blank. What it does? By default, it replaces the first word of this entire file from Unix to Linux. So this is the functionality of SCD command. Next group of command that we have to discuss is examining file contents using the command called OD. So next is OD command. The OD command writes an unambiguous representation using octal byte by default. That means it will print the information which is stored inside the file in format of octal digits. So simple, just type OD, then test.txt, press enter. Whatever the information that I have stored in test.txt is represented in format of octal onto the screen. So that is the purpose of OD command. Next group of command is related with some mathematical calculations, and the functions are BC and factor. From these two, BC is very important. So let's see how it works. First we will discuss about BC command. BC command is used for command line calculator. It is similar to the basic calculator, by using which we can do any basic arithmetic calculation, or we can say the mathematical calculation. Let's see how can we perform this particular command. It's very simple. Let me clear everything over here first. Here type echo then space, then in double inverted comma, say for example I am writing 12 plus 2 double inverted comma over pipeline operator and the BC command. It prints 12 plus 2 is equals to 14 onto the screen. So first it converts the text into the number and then it added 12 plus 2, generated the output called 40 and displays the same onto the screen. Let me change the value. Say for example I am changing the value like this, 3 plus 2. So instead of 14 it will print 5 onto the screen. So this is the purpose of BC command. Next one is factor. It displays the factor of a number. Whatever the number you enters after the command called factor, after the keyword called factor, it prints the same onto the screen. So the factor of 12 is 2, 2 and 3. Next group of command is monitoring input and output, that is T and script. First let's say about T. T command is actually a one type of joining command which joins two separate commands as a single file. So let's see how it works. T reads from standard input and write to the standard output into the file. The T command is named after the T splitter in plumbing, which splits water into the two direction and is shaped like an uppercase T. So let's see how can we perform this particular command. Let me clear the console. Then I am typing who am I, pipeline, then T command, and the name of file is test1. So let's see. As I have fired the ls command, test1 file is automatically created and the functionality of whoami command, which is to display the current user who is logged in, is stored inside the file called test1 and it prints student onto the screen. Now let's see what it has stored inside the test1 file. It stores student onto the screen. Again I am performing this command for the second time. Try to focus over here. Let me remove everything first. As you can see that in MVM now there is nothing. What I am doing is I am writing who am I. It's a Unix command, then pipeline operator with T. It's a splitter. Then I am giving the file name called test2. Press enter. It prints student onto the screen because whoami displays the name of current user onto the screen and it's student in my system. Now execute ls command. Test2 is automatically created. Use cat command with test2. It prints student onto the screen. So that is the purpose of T command. Next is script. The Unix script command is used to take a copy of everything which is output to the terminal and place it into the log file. That means it's a one type of copy command which copies the entire thing which is there onto the screen into the one file and save it for the future purpose. So let's see how it works. Let me remove this test too. I want to clear everything. Now nothing is there in MVM. Now type script -c space echo in double inverted comma hello bracket over space and here I am giving the file name called test.txt. Press enter. Script started, file is hello, script done, file is hello. Fine. Now type ls command. What it does, it has created a one file called hello, and suppose I type cat space hello, it displays the created date of the script and ending time of the script. So you can see that script started on Wednesday 31st March 2021 and the current time, script done on Wednesday 31st March 2021 and the ending time. So that could be done using the command called script. To see the difference, I am just changing the name of file. Let me remove it. Keep as it is. Press enter. Fire the command called ls. Type cat HEL. Press enter. You can see the time difference. The previous file is on 04 and the current file is in 36. So this is the use of script command. Let's remove everything. rm hel rm hello. Let's move on. Next group of command is related with date and time. Two functions are there, that is cal and date. Let's see the theoretical part. Cal is used to display the calendar onto the screen, and date is to print the system date and time onto the screen. So let's perform this particular command. Suppose I am just giving cal. It displays the current calendar with selected date onto the screen, and suppose I fire date, then it prints today's date with the current time. So this is very simple function. Next is various types of communication command. The group of commands are telnet, which we have already done, then wall, mtoad, write, mail, news, fin, that is finger. Let's see how it works. The telnet command is used for interactive communication with another host using telnet protocol. It brings in command line mode where it prints telnet command as given into the syntax. Simple on $prompt type telnet, which we have already done. Next is wall. This particular command is used to write any messages for the another user. Now to perform this group of command, we require network connectivity where multiple users are sitting on a common network, and there should be a communication between server and multiple clients. So over here we'll just see the theoretical portion of this command. We will not perform it practically. So what is the syntax of wall command? First create a one file, then store some content, and then write $sudo wall test. What it does, whatever the content is stored inside the test file is passed to all the users who is connected with this particular terminal. Let's try to perform it. What happened? Let's see. So first I have created a one file called test, and here in this test I am storing a one content called hello students. Save it with Ctrl D. As we can see that test file is created. Now write sudo wall and test. Press enter. Password for student is, I think, student itself. Press enter. So hello student common message is passed to all the users who is get connected with this particular terminal. As I am recording this particular lecture from the single terminal who is not connected with any of the network, so you will not see the output. Next is mtoad. The mtoad is a file on Unix system that contains message of the day, used to send a common message to all the users in more efficient manner than the email function. Next is write. This particular function is used to pass a message to all the other users, and mail is for sending email from one terminal to the another terminal which is remotely accessible from anywhere into the world. Next is finger. This particular command is used to display the information about the system who is accessed by the users. Say for example the command is like this: finger -p. Press enter. Anyways, leave it. It looks soft and displays the information about the system user. Need to install the finger first. Leave it. So in our next lecture, we will go for process related commands like ps, command to run processes in background, nice, kill, add, batch, cron tab, wait and sleep. All these are the background processing command, which means on screen we will not see any output of this particular command, but still we can perform this particular command in single system and we can see what happens inside the system. So thank you very much students for listening me, and have a nice day.